Good morning. Welcome to another morning recap. No, more analysis, sorry. It's currently the 14th of October. I'm trading gold. The US was shut yesterday. They had a bank holiday. So the markets didn't move crazy yesterday. There's not really that much new price action that we can analyze, but I want to refresh my chart because look at how messy it looks. As always, I'm always charting on the 1 hour. But look at how messy that looks. I'm sorry. Let's just clear up all of it. Because the thing is I should be able to, if I clear the chart, I should be able to replicate it if my levels were correct in the first place. That's how I see it. But going to redo the charts. I'm going to just get rid of the indication that was here. Before we start though, how are we all? Did anyone trade yesterday? I went on TikTok and I saw a few people took a few trades yesterday. I definitely didn't trade. I always see it like whenever there's like a bank holiday or something going on, people will be like, oh, I told myself I wasn't going to trade, but I just saw it set, so I had to take it. I'm really trying not to have that type of discipline because I don't want to form that habit. But I never went into yesterday saying I wasn't going to trade. I was just waiting for my setup. My setup never came, so that's why I didn't trade. But let me know if you guys traded. So we can see high time frame is bullish. I'll show you guys my weekly analysis because we actually crossed over the dynamic resistance level. So because prices hit this level, I'm expecting a bit of a sell-off to, rebalance. Because what? Does that rebalance to equilibrium? Not that I trade that.
What are you doing?
I don't trade that, but that isn't, I don't know. But I'm expecting a little bit of, it could possibly sell off, I'm not gonna lie. Because you can see that price has been trading through this range, which is still a trending range, but it's trending. What I'm actually gonna do is I'm gonna edit this a little bit. Not edit it, but we can see that there's another trend line going on in here. I was gonna say I was gonna put another trend line in place, but there's not really any point. But anyway, even though price is pushing up further, it doesn't mean that price is not bullish. It's still definitely bullish, but I don't expect it to just push up and up and up. So we can see that there's this range. We've got 2 touch points that have made 3 touch points, but it could go further. But either way, price is still above this dynamic support level, so price is bullish. Hopefully that saved on my trading. Yes, okay, it did. We're going to go on to the 1 hour. We've very, very clearly got this level. There's a lower high here, but I'm going to call it an equal high. I'm going to call it a resistance area because even look here, we can see that there's 2 rejections off of this level before price pushed through, so price is bearish below here. Now, I wouldn't say that price is particularly bullish above, just because when you look at the momentum of what's happened, I mean, if you look on the 4 hour, yeah, it looks pretty bullish above. The momentum's still there, but I think what Trades by Sky explains, which I really like, is price hits this level and it has a big sell-off. Price goes back and hits this level, has a massive sell-off. Price goes back, it rejects, and then once price shot through, it formed this candle, which is, it's not the most strongest momentum indicating candle ever, but it still either had a very clean trend upwards and it didn't have any crazy retracement. But this is the main level that I'm going to be looking out for. Price is bearish below here, so I'm not taking any trade until price is bearish below here. I could go and say that okay, price is bearish below here because look, it's made an indication, but look what happened after the indication. It made a higher high, so I wouldn't really say that price is bearish below. I'd say price is bearish below this level. And you can actually see that there's rejection candles here. So we can see that price hit this level and bought up. We can see price went back and hit this level, made this in what's called, I literally just said the word reaction candle. It formed this reaction candle and then it hit the zone again, formed this reaction candle, and then before it continued upwards. So I guess you could call it price is bullish above, but it's still bearish below this level. That's what we care about. And then I'm going to label this as my no trade zone. It's a very big no trade zone. And I'm not gonna lie, actually no, I'm not trading in that zone. I was gonna say, I'm not gonna lie, I might trade in that zone, but if I'm looking at price action, that would just be me trying to force a trade because the zone's so big and I have a lack of trust that price is gonna push past it. Like, price is gonna push past this zone. Like, come on, be so for real. Anyway, I'm not saying that price is gonna go like this. I'm just saying that if price goes into this zone, eventually it's going to make its way out. Whether that's whether that's down or up, it doesn't really matter. So just gonna remind myself that don't force a trade. But you can see that this is the no trade zone. This is where price was making weird movements. And then we can see that price is pushed above here, and we want to wait for the retracement back and then some bullish movement before price continues upwards. That's all I want to see. That is literally all I want to see. So simple, so easy. You can see that on the 4-hour high time frame is bullish. Even though we got this rejection, it did not go past this low over here. I'm sure there's different lows that I could have targeted in this range other than that 4-hour one. But if we're going with most recent price action, price is bearish when it gets below here. And that's when we can start thinking about, taking a sell once price gets below here, because then that will also go past my weekly dynamic resistance level, dynamic support level. But yeah, that's pretty much all the charting I'm going to do. We'll go right in my journal now. We can check on the news. I don't think there's any news today. Let's have a quick look though. Hello, my face. Okay, let's have a quick look. We have Powell speaking tonight. Obviously not going to want to be trading around that at all, so I'm not trading around that. So probably when it gets to 11:30 at night, because you can see that it comes out at 12:20. Once it gets to like 11:30, and if my setup doesn't appear, then I'm not going to trade. Let's do some journaling. Yesterday I made the mistake of putting my notes in the wrong day because I was up really late, so I'm going to switch those notes over. You can see I literally did this on my last video. I copied them over. I had to go into my notebook. Okay. Pre-market analysis. So we've got the date on here already. The instrument, we're still trading only gold. Guys, I'm so tempted to switch to do other instruments, but I've really got to stick to my plan. I've only got a month and a half to go until I have enough data to switch instruments. Not switch instruments, add another instrument. So if I can be profitable with gold, then we can add another instrument, and then I'm going to paper trade with that instrument to start with because I'm not used to it. So I'm going to learn as much as I can about the instrument. Like, say if I trade GU, which I think someone recommended, I'm going to study that instrument itself, study its movements. I'm going to back test. I'm going to paper trade it for probably the first few weeks, and then I'm going to go away and live with it, knowing that gold I'm profitable on so far. Hoping 3 months is enough data, but it's really not. I know it's not, but it's just me yapping. I should really be doing this. Okay, the key levels is the resistance level where price made an indication, and this is the only level. This is the only key level because I don't want to cloud my mind with, okay, there's also this low here in the no trade zone. I'm probably going to note the no trade zone, but really all that we're looking for from this is a bullish setup. I don't believe that price is going to go like this and make an indication no. What I'd want to see to even take that is for price to go into here and probably chop around this range and then continue lower, because then we have some market structure in there. But if price goes all the way down, I'm not looking for a sell. I'm not looking for a sell, even though I said I would, but that would have to be some hyperbolic movement. It would have had to be just some crazy movements to even have that happen. So this is the only level I'm looking at, and no trade zone. So I'm going to note down the no trade zone. No trade zone. And then news events, we have Powell speaking at 12:20. Market conditions, they look trendy so far, but could be choppy and quiet until Powell speaks. Because usually when you have red folder news, the markets will be a little bit not moving as much because everyone's anticipating the news, so everyone's waiting. So yeah, that's something I've just noticed. My bias today is longs, bullish, setups. I'm waiting for the correction and continuation before 11:30 p.m. before Power Speaks. Before. I don't want to get the, because imagine I'm up until 11:30 and, the correction has only just started, or the correction looks like it's almost finished, and then Power Speaks, and then it's just like, poof, price just does something crazy. That was a weird noise, but let's just say price is crazy. I'm going to be pissed, and that's just going to be even if I win, that is literally just gambling at that point. That is not a probability type of setup. Do you know what I mean? It's like an outlier, because it's that's not just price moving, that is price moving because of news. So invalidation, if price enters my new trade zone. Max risk is again 1% until 3 months. 3 months, I'm looking to increase it to 2% and then 3%. 3% is my ideal on my live account, but we're going to risk between 1 and 2%. I'm going to increase it to 2% in the next month and a half, ideally. And that's only if I, don't go crazy and have a losing streak, or, do anything crazy like that. As long as I can be consistently profitable for those 3 months and I'm happy with the results. If I have months like I did last month where I was, revenge trading, and not really revenge trading, but I was doubling down on losers and stuff like that, then I won't up my risk, because I'm clearly not showing the best habits, if that makes sense. How am I feeling? I feel when I succeed and make a meal. I feel like this every day. So I don't want to be greedy or rush. I do want to be greedy and rush, but I can't. I can't. Okay. Rules for myself. Market always presents opportunities. Don't rush. There will be a better setup in the future. There we go. Perfect. I'm just gonna show you guys this month of my. This was a mess up trade. I opened the wrong position. We've got no trades all month, but the reason why I'm so chill with this, and the reason why I'm not trying to force setups, and the reason why I'm trying to stick to my rules, is because I can also see that Trades by Sky hasn't really traded much gold recently. So I know that price action it's not good. So I'm not beating myself up for only taking one trade this month. But also, I see people who are trading in bad market conditions and they're losing thousands of dollars. There's people making money, obviously, but there's also people losing money. So I'm just trying to be grateful for, my $24 and just be humble and just chill with that. So anyway, thank you guys for watching this morning analysis. I hope you guys have a good trading day. Good luck with Power Speaking. Let me know if you guys are going to trade tonight, and yeah, I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I'll speak to you guys later. Bye.